Live from the YouTubes. It is Saturday, March 16th. I thought this was a great opportunity for us to go live with each other. It's just you and I, all 30-something people watching. But hey, man, it's been a solid month since we've done a live stream, man. A lot has happened. We've got a lot to talk about. I've seen Dune Part 2 4 times since we spoke, and it's been amazing. We had the Oscars last weekend. We can talk a little bit about that, or we could, I don't know, look forward to next year and start talking about next year's Oscars, man. I have my my list of movies, but I don't want to fully get into that just yet, just because there are 3 or 4 video ideas that I have prior to getting into next Oscar season. But man, oh man, I cannot wait for today's live stream and wait to see who all is in the chat, man, because it's been a good bit since we last did this. There's a new song on my song features. It's called Feeding the Duck. Do I want to play it? Nope, we're going to play this one. We're going to stick with this one. Let's see who all is in the chat right now, man. And listen, I just got done with a hard day's work outside, so if I'm sneezing and sniffling and coughing and all of those things, I apologize, but it's been a long, hard day's work out here in Kentucky, Lexington, Kentucky. It's horse factory, it's beer company, it's Bourbon Street, all those beautiful things. So I want to see who's here today, man. The Disney Nerd, what's going on? The Disney Nerd, how you doing? Finley Gaming. Did you see there be a new Teen Titans movie? I did. I'm very excited about that, Finley Gaming. Connor Productions, sup awesome. What's going on, Connor? How you doing? 80s kid from the 90s. Hello from Louisville, Kentucky. What's good? What's good? What's good, 80s kid from the 90s? Louisville, Kentucky. That's about an hour and 10 minutes from where I'm at. So, yeah, do the math. You could figure out where I live. For a second, I thought Flick Fan Nation said, oh, no. Oh, no, Disney Nerd. Yeah, if you hug those 2 letters together, it says a really bad word. Oh, hi from Germany. Hi from Germany. What's going on? Who's from Germany? That's sweet. Have you seen X-Men 97, or do you plan on watching the show? I do plan on watching the show. No screeners for me yet. A little curious. I usually get the Disney screeners the weekend before, but I'm very excited. They had the premiere in California. The word was that it was really good, and I can't wait to see it. And they keep putting up these TV spots, and I'm having to refrain myself from sitting down and getting all hyped up over them. I also got an X-Men 97 pop figure. I should have brought it over here. Let's see. Guy, does anyone know 3C Films? He's so funny. I know 3C Films. Should I call him? He'd probably be like, dude, what are you doing? Should I call him? I love 3C. He's my buddy. I love talking 3C. Hey, Austin, how's it going? Robert. Thanks for being here, Robert. Listen, it's going great. Allergies galore. So again, we're gonna hear some sniffling and some stumbling here, but other than that, really good. A great day in sports, if you know what I mean. A great day in sports, if you know. It's been a good day. I'm so happy. Hey, Austin, what's going on? Chloe, how you doing? Hey, Austin. Are you going to be seeing, let me scroll up here, getting a screener for Civil War soon? Let me check on that. Let me check my email. I've got a couple of emails today. I haven't looked through them. I would assume I have a screening soon for Civil War. Now, A24 is a little funky when it comes to screenings for me in the cities that I go to. For some reason, they just don't often happen in the cities that I go to. But Civil War seems like a movie that's big enough to where, hopefully A24 says, hey, you want to come see this? Because they did that last year for Iron Claw in Nashville. So maybe Nashville will do that for Civil War. Because it seems like it's going to be a bigger film than what they normally put out. Every time Emma Stone won Best Actress, something weird and unusual happened with the Best Picture announcement. So a total of 2 times, Mr. Godzilla. And yes, that was the Al Pacino thing, man. Oppenheimer. Okay, so I was just like, yeah, all right, Al Pacino, maybe you should, I don't know, man, go take a nap. I don't know, it was so weird, dude. Let's see. Nick Mills says, all right. Nick Mills, thanks for being here. All right. We have a super chat, by the way. We're going to get to that, by the way. If you guys are here, the best way to support this here channel, this here guy right here is 1, like and sub. If you're not liked, if you're not subbed, if you're not commented, not the way I phrase this thing. Do that, man. We're gonna start these live streams back up. Hopefully, as we're getting into summertime, we're gonna have a lot to talk about. January and February, not a lot to talk about. Now we've got Oscar season. We got some March movies to look forward to. We got some April movies, man. So join me on this journey. We're going to do frequent live streams. These are so much fun to do. But the best way to tell me you want more is by hitting that like button. It also gets it out there to the people that don't really care about me. And that's most people. Also, and we already have one that we're going to talk about here in just a second. The best way to support this channel is through and via Super Chat. I want to say thank you to everybody who leaves a Super Chat today. And don't worry, I'll continue to thank you. But for the support, it means the world. We will get into the first Super Chat here in a second. The first question I want to get to, though, is Robert Meir. How's little Riley? She's wonderful. She's actually with her mom right now. They're visiting her brother and staying there tonight. So while I got yard work done and worked really hard on the house today, the wife and the baby are hopefully having fun with her side of the family. I'm going to be able to meet up with them tomorrow, but man, oh man, she is awesome. She's crawling and she's walking. Well, she's not walking, but she's trying to walk. She does the thing where you hold her like a little puppet and then she'll walk. But man, she is there any day now. She will take her first steps. It's incredible. She is a wiggle worm. Boy, oh boy. You know, we're only doing daycare part-time now, which means I have to watch her by myself. It's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life. But I love her, so it's cool. But it's so difficult. She's everywhere, man. But I love her oh so much. The most incredible thing in the world to me. Will you, that and Dune Part 2. Will you be seeing Late Night with the Devil? Yes, I can't wait for this film. I'm actually going to send an email tomorrow, probably Monday, to see if I can get a digital screener, because sometimes that studio they will do digital screeners. So I'm going to attempt to get one there. And everything I've seen looks great. All of the tweets that I've seen are great. And so that's one that I'm really looking forward to. Not a ton of horror movies that I have on my radar right now this year, but that's towards the top of the list from the horror genre. It looks spectacular. It's my first time here, Austin. Whoa, we got a first timer. What's going on? Thank you so much for being here. That is awesome. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your comments and just spending time with me in my basement. There's supposed to be an orange light over there. Forgot to plug it in. Daggone it. I failed all of you. I have failed all of you. Let's see what else we got here. Are you looking forward to Ghostbusters Frozen Empire next week? Yes, I am. I actually have a screening on Tuesday. I'm still debating on if I'm going because it's so far of a drive and the movie comes out Thursday. So it's like I could go to my screening on Tuesday. What do you all think I should do? Should I go to my screening 3.5 hours away? Or should I just wait? Should I just wait on, on the 48 hours to pass by? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Z13, the GOAT, says, not movie related, but what are your thoughts on the Steelers getting Fields and Wilson trading Pickett? I love it. I am thrilled beyond belief. Look, and nothing against Pickett. I was excited for him to be a backup to Russell Wilson. I was not excited for him to be a starter, especially after Mason Rudolph came in and did what he did last year. I am absolutely stoked about the Justin Fields trade. I thought maybe we would get one, Russ or Fields. We got both. Russ comes in, plays great next year. Fields is one of the best backups in the NFL. If Russ plays bad, Fields comes in. Very excited about both opportunities. And we got them both for $4 million and a bag of chips and a 6th-round draft pick. It's Omar Khan, man. Awesome. I'm very excited for my Steelers next year, man. I'm so excited. My God. So excited. And then Matt said the same thing. How do you feel about Steelers landing Justin Fields? I'm stoked, man. I am just absolutely on cloud 9 right now. We went from Kenny Pickett, Mitch Trubisky to Russell Wilson and Justin Fields. How? And if it was for $30 million, okay, that's pretty good. No, it's for $4 million. What is going on? The world that I'm living in. Austin, why are there no screenings where you live? From Chloe. Yeah, Kentucky just isn't in general. Sometimes Louisville, sometimes the outskirts of Cincinnati, which falls on the Kentucky side, but there's just not a movie place. We've had one over the last 4 years in my hometown. And it was mostly because they reached out to me and they said, hey, we're thinking about doing this here because the movie has a little something to do with like your location. I'm like, sure, I'll spread the word. Awesome. I thought it did well. I thought it was a packed house. It was sold out. So I thought we would get more. We just haven't gotten any since. So my screenings are all 3 hours in different directions. Indianapolis, Columbus, Nashville. And so I'm always traveling when I'm watching a movie. But for you all, and to get these out here a couple days early or a couple weeks early, it's worth it. It is so freaking worth it to watch those movies early, even though the drives, especially now with the baby, the drives can be such a hassle. And we're going to get to the super chats here in a second. Jason says, digging the glasses, bro. Jason, thank you so much. Austin, thoughts on Madam Web? It's garbage. In case you missed my review, it's garbage. Somebody said, just wait to 48, wait to 48. All right, that's what I'll do. I will wait the 48 hours to see Ghostbusters. Because again, it's a long drive for 2 days. If it was a big Marvel movie, maybe if it was Dune Part 2, I would drive 6 hours to see it 4 hours early. If it was Dune Part 2, I'd do anything. But you know, I will wait for Ghostbusters. I think I can wait for Ghostbusters. Any thoughts on the Batman Part 2 being delayed a full year? Not happy. Not happy about that. Here's the thing. We wait 4 years on superhero movies all the time. Aquaman 2, how long was the Suicide Squad? We've waited 4 years on movies. It's just the fact, it's different when you expect to get it in 3, and then you got to wait another one. You know what I mean? If we knew it was 4 years, I'd be fine with it. But we thought it was next year. Now it's 2026. I'm a little upset with the fact that it got delayed. But we're still going to see it. We're going to cover it on this channel. And now the anticipation will be higher than ever when we finally get to see that film. So there's good, there's bad, downside, upside. But yeah, of course, I don't want to wait on it. Thoughts on the Scarlett Johansson Jurassic 7 news? I like the director. I like Gareth as a director. I think that's beautiful pairing. A match made in heaven, to be honest with you. Scarlett Johansson, it's okay. I will see what she does. I don't know what to put her in, but Scarlett as a lead, yes, I'll take that all day. Scarlett as a lead in the Jurassic Park movie, okay. I just kind of see, I need to see who she's playing, what the circumstances are, all of those things. But yeah, we'll take it. Thoughts on Venom 3 title, Venom: The Last Dance. It sounds weird. I don't know. It sounds weird. I would have taken something more. I mean, maybe this is comic accurate. I mean, I would have taken something more from the comics. But yeah, it's fine. And this is probably The Last Dance. I'm sure we'll see Tom Hardy again somewhere down the road, but as Venom. Of course, we'll see him somewhere else. But as Venom somewhere down the road. But in terms of this Sony universe that they're doing, it's crap. So hopefully Venom 3 cannot be crap, because Madam Web was crap. Ian, give me 1 second. I have to do a really loud cough, so give me a second. All right. Allergies. They're taking me and just smacking me across the face right now. Stumbos Media Outlet with the $20 super chat. Ian, my guy, thanks for being here, Ian. Thanks for the contribution to the channel. I really appreciate it. Big time. Awesome. It means a lot for your support. It means a lot for your presence here today, Ian. So thanks for being here. Keep seeing articles about how Lily was robbed because they don't want to honor diversity. Have they watched the movies? Emma was just better. Hope the money helps. Yes, Ian, thank you so much for that. I know the mouse gives you the weekly paycheck. Take care, buddy. Yeah, of course. I'm a paid Disney critic. That's what everybody says, right? Disney pays you off. Well, hopefully not lately, because I haven't been too kind to them over the last 6 months, as well as Sony. And really every studio's had kind of a stinker over the last little bit. So sorry, studios. But no, Ian, thank you so much for the question. Look, I think this whole not honoring diversity crap is crap. I think that's what it is. It's just crap. It's people saying things because they don't have anything else to say, and it's a slow news week. Emma gave an amazing performance. Lily gave an amazing performance. If everyone voted honestly, and again, we don't know if people are voting honestly or not. I'm hoping they do. I assume they do. Not every voter does, but hopefully the majority of them do. If they voted honestly and then Emma won, that's what happened. And here's the thing. If Emma Stone gave a mediocre performance, I would have been more like, okay, I don't know about the whole not wanting to honor diversity thing, but maybe that's kind of like, did you really watch both movies? Like, I think back to last year, and this is different circumstances, obviously, but Jamie Lee Curtis winning her Oscar. Look, the movie's phenomenal. She was really good, but then you compare her performance to some of the other performances, and you're like, I don't get it. Now, I'm not sitting here saying they didn't want to honor diversity. I'm saying, what are we watching? What are we doing here? And so, yeah, circumstances may have taken that in a different direction. All of that coming back to the point, Emma Stone gave maybe the performance of her career, arguably the best performance of the year last year. And now I wouldn't put her there. I'd say Killian and Paul Giamatti were my two favorites personally. But right there. And so Emma Stone deserved it. I think the idea of the Oscars not wanting to honor diversity is that would have been a thing maybe 5 years ago. Now I feel like the voting body has changed. I feel like mindsets have changed, mentalities have changed. But you don't want to vote for something just because of diversity. You don't want to vote for Lily Gladstone just because of that idea. You want it to be a contributing factor, but not just because of that. We're going off of performances here, folks. And now I do think there is a good debate that Lily was better than Emma. I still say Emma. I think Emma deserved it. And because of that, I'm completely okay with the voting. But yeah, there are some people going around saying, well, obviously they didn't want to honor, Lily Gladstone. No, watch Emma Stone. She's phenomenal. It was just a really tough race. And that's the thing about competition. You have winners, you have losers. But at the end of the day, with something like the Oscars, if you get a nomination, you're not a loser. There are 5 out of thousands and thousands and thousands of performances. There are 5 nominees in these categories. And so you are one of the 5 best performances of the year in your category. That's incredible. That is an honor. That is, for me, I look at Lily Gladstone, something that should push her career forward. Now, it's a shame she didn't get the win. I think that would have been huge for her, but I still think she's going to be massive because she's great in Killer. She outacted Leo and Robert De Niro. I mean, come on, guys. It's incredible. So both are winners in my book. It's just Emma Stone. I agree with the voting. She gave the slightly better performance. And honestly, this year, guys, I agreed with every win. I was happy with Killian. I was happy with Robert Downey, and I was happy with Divine Joy Randolph. I think all 4 are deserving victors. And obviously, Oppenheimer was my favorite movie of last year. Look, they got it right. It's very rare you get that many, in my mind, again, it's all opinion-based, correct calls. And I say, the difference between objective and subjective. But at the end of the day, some people's opinions are a little more important than others and influential. So there is a line you have to draw between subjective and objective. Like when people look down on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like, yeah, you can to a point, but you're also looking at critics who have seen hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of movies compared to general audiences who have seen not that many. And so you look at a voting body in the Oscars, and I know I'm going on a rant here, but the voting body, they hopefully have been in this game a while, or they're just so ingrained in what they're voting for, they have a good idea. And I've started to, now you look at something like the King's Speech and all that crap, whatever, but I've started to see this over the years, especially the last 2 years with the Oscars, is they are much more in tune with what people think now than they used to be. Everything Everywhere All at Once, clearly one of the best movies of last year, arguably one of the best. And this year with Oppenheimer. And hopefully next year with Dune Part 2. I'm a little nervous for Dune Part 2, and I know this is the title of the video, so we can talk about it because, there are some people that are going to look down on that and say, well, it came out in March, Austin. How could Dune Part 2 get nominated and win Best Picture? it'll get nominated. How could it win Best Picture if it came out in March? And I'm saying, this should be one that rides the wave. Dune Part 2 should be one that rides the wave. So if we're consistent with Everything Everywhere and Oppenheimer and how things have been going really well the last 2 years, we need to be consistent here. And so let's look at Dune 2 and take it seriously. Now, maybe another movie comes out this year that's better than Dune 2. I'd love to see it if it does, but hopefully we're consistent. We're talking Dune 2 by the time we get to it as well. All right. I've talked enough, Ian. Amazing question. I'll get to the next super chat here in just a second. Let's see what you guys are saying about this subject. Nick's saying, Austin, I'm drunk. Nick, be careful what you say, Nick. No, thanks for being here, pal. Ninth, Shinigami. I'm going to just say I like Poor Things and was great, but most of the movie involved her getting a ding-a-ling in the trunk. That's probably not the greatest thing to say. Are you wrong, though? In the trunk. Maybe not in the trunk. I ran laps in my own house. That's... Oh, you're talking about Spider-Verse. I love Spider-Verse, but man, oh man, the boy in the heron one cracked the widest smile. No, I was 100% Team Spider-Verse. I liked the boy in the heron. It was good. It was good. It wasn't Spider-Verse. The boy in the heron's like 8th or 9th on my Studio Ghibli list. And again, Studio Ghibli is one of my favorite companies of all time, not just studios, companies ever. And so, yeah, it was good. Spider-Verse was so much better, in my opinion. And it wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. But, you know, you've got a guy, a masterful all-time director who's saying he's going to retire, who's saying it's his last movie, and they don't often honor animes, and Ghibli's only won one Oscar. And so it's kind of like, let's give it to them. We just gave it to Spider-Verse a couple years ago. I don't know. Hey, speak of the devil, we weren't talking about him. Ooh, I just got a text from John Flickinger. Let's see what he said. I'm gonna read it out loud. Let's see. John Flickinger just sent me a text. Good old Flick Pick. That's my guy. We haven't seen each other in a while, though, man. No screenings. My Dune screen was in Nashville. What's going on there? Don't forget Robert Downey Jr. won the first Oscar. Robert Downey Jr.'s first Oscar as supporting actor. Absolutely. Hey, that's a big deal. The first one, legacy career. It was kind of a legacy Oscar, but it was one that he deserved. I mean, he gave the best performance in his category, but it was kind of a legacy Oscar. Let's see here. Do you think Gaga will get nominated for Joker 2? I think there's a chance. I don't want to rule it out. You know, if this would have been the first Joker, not knowing anything about the movie, I mean, the first trailer was amazing, but not knowing anything about the movie, you know, if you would have asked me before Joker came out originally, would this get a Best Picture nomination? I'd say, no, it's a comic book movie. No, Joaquin Phoenix he's not getting a Best Actor nomination. And boy, was I wrong about Joaquin Phoenix. He won Best Actor. So I'm never going to say never. Now, I don't think Joker 2 is going to get the love that the first Joker got. I don't think it's going to. But I will not rule it out. I will never say never on Lady Gaga for Joker 2. That's for sure. Can't wait for A Quiet Place Day 1. Yeah. That's that's a very exciting one. Some good blockbusters, man. We're going to have to do one of those summer blockbuster countdowns very soon because there's some really good ones. Do you have a favorite cinematographer? I mean, my default is Deakins. But man, Hoyt van Hoytema has been really impressing me the last couple of years, and Greg Fraser. So Deakins, Hoytema, Fraser, right now, all time. That's too difficult, but Deakins, Hoytema, and Fraser, man, boom, boom, boom. You got just some of the most iconic looking movies of all time. G. Colby P says, I was happy for RDJ, but I was rooting for Gosling. That's fair. Gosling was amazing. Hey, G. Colby P, if you were rooting for Gosling, you got what you were looking for, because that, to this day, it's just a week ago, you know. But I'm still thinking about Gosling's performance, and I'm just kidding. It was amazing. It was amazing. Oh my God, he's getting the crowd involved. Slash showed up. You got the actors in there performing. And again, I wasn't even like the biggest Barbie fan. I like Barbie. I thought it was really good, but it wasn't in my top 10 of the year or anything. That was the coolest thing, man. That was one of the coolest things ever. We'll get to the next super chat here in a second. Got a couple more. Anyone know if Austin's got a Letterboxd? I do. Follow me on Letterboxd. Yeah, I'd love to. I'm working on my Love Lies Bleeding review for tonight, hopefully, and then eventually I'll log Dune for my 4th time. And then maybe a 5th. Guardians 3 should have been nominated for makeup and hairstyling. I agree with that, James. I really agree with that. Disney Nerd says Columbia will be re-releasing every live-action Spider-Man movie to celebrate 100 years. I love it. I love it, especially Tobey's 1, 2, and 3. You know, I never got to see Spider-Man 1 on the big screen. I saw Spider-Man 2 on the big screen. Spider-Man 1, though, I watched it at my house. I distinctly remember this. Watched it at my house. Was swinging around, fake swinging, didn't have real webs, swinging around my house, acting like I was Spider-Man. It was just the coolest thing ever. And so to go finally see that one on the big screen will be really cool. Those are very nostalgic movies for me. I love them so much. Dune Part 2 is to Austin as what Paul was to steal a car in the movie. Yes. Every time somebody mentions Dune Part 2, I'm like, Dune Part 2. Yes. Dune Part 2. Roast my taste. Top 10 films. All right, lay it on me, Holden, the movie guy. Gotta know. Lay the 10 movies on me. Let's see here. Yeah, the I'm Just Ken performance was beautiful. The mini La La Land reunion between him and Emma. Yeah, it's awesome. It was just so awesome. All right, guys, we're going to get to these next super chats. By the way, if you're here, obviously, super chat's the way to go to ask the questions to support the channel. But also, I would really appreciate it, man, if you could drop a like down below, because it's very important to me that you guys like me. No, that's not it. Genuinely, the likes help the channel. They are integral to what we do here, so I really appreciate you guys being here, dropping those likes, all of those things. All right, let's get to this super chat here. We've got one from Josh. Josh, that's my brother's name, Josh. Thanks so much for being here. Josh says, Dune 2 was my now this is cool. My very first IMAX experience last Thursday at Regal, probably my favorite movie ever now. The first, let me tell you, Josh, your first time is always the best time. It is genuinely the best. And so to see that Dune Part 2 is your first time, I mean, my first ever IMAX movie was Toy Story 3. Yeah, random, right? I remember it to this day. I was just the biggest fan of the format at the time. I watched it in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, or maybe it was Gatlinburg. One of those two things. Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, IMAX, Toy Story 3, and I was blown away. And so from then on, anytime I would be near an IMAX, I would find myself going and watching it. And then where I live now got an IMAX in the Regal, about 5 miles away from my house. And so anytime I get the opportunity to go see a movie in IMAX, I do. I'm also a really big fan of Cinemark XD. Our XD theater is awesome. I'm good friends with the manager there. It's a beautiful place to go. The sound is incredible. I would actually say that sound is just as impressive as an IMAX experience, but the IMAX screen is obviously, it's just the full experience of IMAX that gets you. But we also have a Dolby Atmos in town. We just recently got it. Wow. Oh, wow. Dolby Atmos was awesome. I've seen Dune in all 3 formats at this point. I've seen Dune in IMAX, Cinemark, Dolby Atmos. IMAX is number 1, obviously, but I am very torn between Dolby Atmos and Cinemark XD, which experience I liked more. I would still say the Cinemark, because where our Dolby is, they have a bar, a big bar, and they have a bowling alley, and you got people stumbling in there, and they're very intoxicated, not quiet. And so there were some loud things happening during my movie, which was frustrating me, and some kids running up and down the aisles. And I'm like, why are they here? Make them leave. I didn't say that, but I was about to shush because I've shushed before. Regardless, awesome. Hey, that's an amazing experience. Thank you for the super chat. And Hayden, I think this is you, right? I think this is Hayden. I'm pretty sure this is Hayden. I know Hayden. Changed the name to Josh, but I'm pretty sure that's you because I recognize the profile picture. All right. The Disney nerd. All right, who's most likely to be the envelope? The envelope that covered John Cena's junk. Myself, Sean Chandler, Austin Burke. Oh, it's definitely Sean. Oh, it's 100% Sean. Listen, if you ask Sean, who is most likely to be the envelope that covered John Cena's junk, I think he would say it was himself. And so we'll say Sean, number 1, Disney nerd, you number 2, me number 3, because I don't want to be near. It's definitely Sean. Robert, it's Sean for sure. I don't want to be near that. You want to know why? Because I would just get infuriated and jealous because I know my wife would be watching, and I said in my video, she's going to find that picture and she's going to realize what a wimp of a man she married. And sure enough, she saw the picture of John Cena, and then she looks at me and she's like, well, that's him, and I'm married to that. And so thanks, John Cena. My wife's going to divorce me now because you're so muscular and attractive. So thanks, John, you bastard. Anyway, so yeah, Sean Chandler would cover his junk. That was John Cena's a good-looking guy. I can't deny that. Is this channel legend Rocky McFly? I believe it is. Rocky McFly, whose favorite movie last year was The Holdovers. I remember that. And you got The Holdovers box of goodies. Rocky McFly, channel legend, flick fan into his core, through and through. I don't have any questions yet. So I'll just sit here and complain about Paul Giamatti not winning the Best Actor and The Holdovers not winning Best Picture. In all honesty, Oppenheimer did deserve it. Listen, I'm with you, Rocky. Listen, Oppenheimer was my number 1 of last year. Killian was phenomenal. The Holdovers was my number 2. And Paul Giamatti was also phenomenal. And so Paul wins, Killian wins, I'm happy. Holdover wins, Oppenheimer wins, I'm happy. Oppenheimer won. And so I was very happy. But at the same time, of course, I want a movie like The Holdovers to get some love. And it did. Divine Joy Randolph won. And if anything's going to represent that movie, it should be the heart and the soul, which is her character. She's spectacular. A phenomenal performance. But to not see Holdovers get represented in any other way, yeah, of course, it was very disappointing. So that sucked, but Oppenheimer won. That was amazing. I was really happy, Rocky, but I know your love for The Holdovers. I know how many times you've seen it. I know you got the Holdovers goodie box. I am psyched that you love it that much because I love it that much, and it's amazing. Thank you so much, Rocky, for being here as always. Channel legend, always with the awesome questions, and a $20 super chat. So far today, you're the victor, and to the victor goes the spoils. Is that the quote? Does that even apply here? I don't know. Rocky, you're a legend. We got Noah coming in, baby. Sorry, I know you guys are here for movie stuff, but Russell Wilson, Justin Fields, let's go, baby. Let's go. Steelers, let's go, baby. Hyped. I know you guys don't care about sports, but I'm hyped. Who else is hyped? I'm hyped. Rogue Sports is here. Go Steelers. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Oh my God. I'm tickled fancy. I'm tickled pink. It's amazing. Hayden, that is you. Thanks for being here, Hayden. You're awesome. Austin, what's up, my guy? What's going on? Thanks for being here. I appreciate you guys. Hayden, Austin and I hit 224 subs, boom, on my movie review channel today. Hopefully, when I get big on the channel, I can collab with the Flick Pick and Sean Chandler. Yes, Flick Pick's my guy. Sean's my guy. Both my guys. I'm actually texting John the Flick Pick right now. What did he send here? What did he send me? Can I read this out loud? We like to share secrets with each other and spread rumors about the YouTubers that we know. No, I'm just kidding. We just talk about movies. Talking about Ghostbusters. It's something strange in your neighborhood. Yeah, I can't wait. God, I can't wait to see my next movie with John. It's been too long, and I want it to be a terrible movie because I just want us to smack talk. Boo the Steelers. Yes, Hayden. Soak in The quarterback goodness, Peter says getting Fields was highway robbery. Yes, it was. I don't. I get it. His value is going down. I thought we'd have to wait at least another week and a half, or even during the draft to get him for a 6th rounder. And I expect Russell to be the starter. I genuinely do. So I think it's going to stick with a 6th rounder. It's not going to be a 4th. And hopefully we have our future with Fields. But I'm looking forward to see what Russ can do. And the good thing about getting Fields is if Russ sucks, we can turn to Justin Fields. It's a freaking win-win. All for $4 million and pocket chains and a bag of popcorn. Good Lord. Have you seen Jimmy Kimmel? I have. I saw him at the Oscars the other day. He was there. I said hi to him. I wasn't there. But I was watching the Oscars. If you're talking about his show, yeah, I've seen Jimmy Kimmel's show. It's fine. I'm not really into talk shows, late night talk shows, unless Jimmy Fallon has on Rhett and Link, which I love, or if it's Conan O'Brien. I was a massive Conan fan. They just don't make them like they used to. Conan O'Brien's a beast. I also really liked Jay Leno. I really like Jay Leno, and I love Conan. But when Conan retired or whatever, I was just kind of like, all right, that stinks. So I don't really watch Kimmel or Fallon. Everybody's always like just putting in things that I don't care about, and they're always talking politics, and that's why I don't even watch news channels, man. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch Fox. I don't watch any of those. It's just everything's just too one side or the other, man. I like people that keep it middle ground. Keep it middle ground, baby. Like Conan. Conan keeps it middle ground, keeps that crap out of it. Austin, who do you want to see as the villains in Batman 2? Bring back Arnold as Mr. Freeze. No, I would love to see Mr. Freeze. I don't want to see Arnold back, but I would love to see Mr. Freeze as a villain. I think taking something that is a little sci-fi, a little outlandish, and kind of grounding that, but not going overboard with grounding that. And I think that would be cool. I think that would be really cool to give us that in the Batman universe. I think it would be really fun. In terms of casting, I mean, you can go with the very easy fan casts, this and that. Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah, of course he would crush it. Of course he would be amazing. Bryan Cranston, because he's bald. Yeah, of course he would be awesome. I'd have to think a little deeper about somebody a little less obvious, if that makes sense. The rare man who likes Conan and Leno despite their beef. Yeah, I know, it's weird, but I really do. I think both of them do a good job of not going overly political one side or the other, and they just keep it funny. And their skits are good, and their monologues are good. And I really appreciate what they brought to that space. And now it's just kind of like, whatever, dude. You forgot Arnold DeVito's bit with, Michael Keaton at the Oscars, man. That was awesome. It was awesome. Michael Keaton he had the ascot, and he had the perfect face for it all. Listen, if you guys are here right now, I would appreciate you bringing a little like down below, man. That would mean a lot. It genuinely would. And also, thank you to everyone who has left a super chat so far. Let's see here if we got another super chat. Yes, we do. We had Rocky McFly, channel legend, and now we've got I'm back from the dead. And I believe that's a picture of Matt Damon. Hello. I'm back from the dead. Do you think Ryan Gosling should go to the hospital due to back injury for carrying the Oscars? With that performance, you could not be more spot on. You couldn't be more spot on. And I'm not saying it was a bad Oscar ceremony. I've seen worse. You know what, G. Colby P, back to my late night. Yeah, Letterman was great too. I kind of forgot about Letterman. Letterman was awesome too. Was a big David Letterman fan. He's always had the best guest introductions, in my opinion. I go back to Jim Carrey's entrance on Letterman and some of those all-time greats. So I liked Letterman as well. But yeah, in terms of the super chat that we're talking about here, look, Gosling carried. It wasn't a bad Oscars. It actually went by fairly quick. And I think part of that was moving it up an hour. I know the people who, they're really just kind of like, we can't change anything about the Oscars. It's all got to be the same. It's like, no, we can change some things. How about we move it up an hour? So I'm not going to bed at 2:00 in the morning after editing my video. Do it for me, Oscars. Hey, Oscar, do it for me. And they did. And I appreciated that because I actually and I had a doctor's appointment the next morning after the Oscars. So I was exhausted, but I wasn't exhausted like I could have been if it would have been an hour later. So still went 30 minutes overtime. Didn't need to. I think we can shorten this puppy. I think we can really shorten this puppy. But it was a quicker Oscars than normal. I remember a couple years ago when they went hostless or whatever, or maybe they had a host. It was atrocious, and I hated it. I had it on mute the whole time making my video. The whole time. This one, a little better. I kind of liked it. So, it was pretty good. Also, you think Will Smith should recover after last year's Oscars? I think he will. He'll be back. I mean, we've got Bad Boys 4. Why didn't they call this one Bad Boys for Life and put FOUR? What a missed opportunity. I get it. You thought 3 was going to be the last one. Why did you not call this one Bad Boys for Life? Come on. What was I saying? Yeah, Will Smith. He'll be fine. Look, you smack a guy in broad daylight, you're going to get repercussions, but I think he'll be fine. He'll come back, do some movies. People will forgive and forget. That's what they always do. That's what happens, Let's see here. I'm Indian, so I don't know much English, so I can't understand Dune, but I like its cinematography. Also, I'm working on to improve, so that's okay to watch a movie without understanding. Well, I can tell you this, and I don't know how they do it there, but I can tell you the subtitles would be a way to go. Now, Dune being the complicated world and lore that it is, I don't know if subtitles would fully do it justice, but I really appreciate your respect. And I don't think your English, just from you typing that, I don't think it's that bad. I fully comprehended what you said, so I really appreciate that. I would recommend watching Dune with subtitles just to get the full experience. But hey, I respect it. I really do. I would love to learn another language. I really would. Committing the time and the effort to that is it feels like such hard work and dedication that I don't know if I'm ready for right now. I've got a baby and all those things, but that's awesome. I respect it. I respect the grind. I appreciate you for being here, and I appreciate you for talking, asking questions. And I think your English is just fine right now. I understood every ounce of what you type, so I really do appreciate it. That's awesome. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a supporter of the channel. I'm currently watching Manhunt. You going to do a review anytime soon? I haven't. Let's see where I'm at on Manhunt here. I can tell you what my progress is. I haven't completed Manhunt. I am on episode 3 because I have screeners. So I've been watching my screeners. I would love to do when did it drop? When did the first few episodes drop? March 15th. Yeah. So the first few episodes dropped yesterday. Yeah, I should have reviewed the first few episodes. I would love to do a recap when the series is over. I like what I'm seeing so far. It's good so far. It's not great. I'm not overwhelmed. It's not my favorite show of the year, but I like it. I like the first 3 episodes. So I'll start episode 4 hopefully in a couple of days and hopefully have it wrapped up. Some really good shows this year. I know movies have sucked other than Dune Part 2 and Love Lies Bleeding, which I liked. But there's been some great shows so far. Let me know in the chat, what is your favorite show of the year so far? Mine's Shogun. Shogun's amazing. But Invincible Season 2 Part 2 was also amazing. So both of those. I don't know what to consider Invincible, though, because it's like I watched the first half last year, second half this year. I guess it's a this year show. I guess. But that and Shogun. Oh, my God. Just such good television, man. It's been awesome. So Austin, you mini buddy, going to see Arthur the King, Mark Wahlberg. Hey, I got a movie with a dog, and I can take my dog, and we can go watch it, and we'll have so much fun. It'll be amazing. No, I don't know what G Colby P, can you answer me this? What kind of dog movie is it? Is it sad? Because I don't know if I can handle that right now. Buddy's getting old. Buddy's getting fragile. I don't know if I can handle a sad dog movie right now. So I've stayed away from it. I don't know the type of movie that it is. So if you have seen it, or if anyone has seen the Mark Wahlberg dog movie, Arthur the King, let me know. Is it sad? And does it end sad? Or is it like a happy, uplifting dog movie? Because I can't handle that. My dog Buddy is so old right now, and I cannot handle watching that. Oh my God, I wouldn't be able to take it. But if it's a feel-good movie, I'll watch it. Yeah, I should look into it. Maybe that's what I should do. Let's see. Austin, what did you think of David Lynch's original Dune? I'm not a fan. And that's partially my fault, Billy. I went into it I watched it once when I was younger, and then I went into it with just seeing what Denis' version was about to be and seeing the tone of that movie. And then I went into it again. First time watching it in 10 years. Didn't like it. Don't like it. I guess I appreciate it, but I just don't like it. Don't respond to it. So not a movie for me. Yeah, it's a little too ridiculous. Are you hyped for the new Planet of the Apes movie? One of my favorite trilogies. Yes. I'm so hyped. Wes Ball, I am going to entrust a franchise to you that means a lot to me. So it's a pretty big deal. So I'm nervous, but I'm very excited. Planet of the Apes, that new trilogy, is one of my all-time favorites. Dawn is one of my all-time movies. War was spectacular. So got a lot riding on it. We're going into this heads held high, hoping for a great movie, even if it's not as good as the Matt Reeves stuff. If it's on par with the first, with Rise, I'm going to be very, very satisfied, very happy. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're not wrapping up. I'm just saying thanks. Just saying you're awesome. For the likes, for the super chats, it's been a great evening. You guys have asked some amazing questions. This is really fun. Hopefully you'll see me pop up on some other YouTubers' live shows here soon. Doing one tomorrow with a guy at the movies. Can't wait to be on that podcast. But hopefully on some other YouTubers' live streams here very, very soon. So that should be fun. Rocky McFly. Channel legend, Rocky McFly. Would you rather have Denis Villeneuve or Christopher Nolan quit making films? They can direct TV shows, but no more movies. Oh, man. Do I have to choose one, Rocky? Well, that's a $10 super chat. I guess I got to choose one. Man, that's a great question. So essentially, who do I never want to see do a movie anymore? Oh, man. Well, they can do TV shows. So who would I rather see do TV shows? I guess Denis. Because Denis could do the Dune television series, and I believe he was actually working on a TV show with Jake Gyllenhaal that he dropped out of recently over the last couple of months. So I'm going to say Denis, but that means no more Denis movies, and Denis is my favorite director. But it's like there's something about they're my top two favorite directors. There's something about when Nolan has a movie coming out. It's like you're looking forward to something it almost feels like it's more than a movie. And I feel that way about Denis personally, but not everyone does. Maybe after Dune Part 2. But when a Christopher Nolan movie is coming, regardless of what it is, Tenet, an original idea, Interstellar, a crazy sci-fi space opera, Oppenheimer, a biopic, it's a big deal. That's the power of Christopher Nolan. And so to imagine a world where we don't have that it's not a world that I want to live in. And so I'm going to say Nolan movies, Denis TV shows, since he's been in the TV world a couple of times, or at least been in talks for the TV world a couple of times with the Dune series and that series with Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh man, that's the best question of the night, Rocky. That's my answer. I'm going to stick to it, but those are my two favorite directors. Austin. Hey, Austin, what's up? What country do you want to visit someday? From Austin, Berkeley. I love that name, by the way. That's very similar to mine. Wait a second. Which country do I want to visit? I've said this before in a live stream. I've always wanted to go to Ireland or Scotland. I am part Scottish, part Irish. Very small parts, but parts nonetheless. I think that would be amazing. I think those places in the world are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. I would love to. I'm a big scenery guy. I'm a big I guess that makes sense. When I watch a movie, I'm a cinematography guy. So when I go places, I just like to ingest and absorb the amazing scenery and the phenomenal just beauty. Like when we went to Hawaii last year, or, oh my God, the year before last. Oh, wasn't even last year. Holy cow, man. It's been a while. Oh, what is happening? But when I went to Hawaii, I just sat in awe at the amazing creation, like just the sheer beauty of everything was Second to none. It was unbelievable. So this is the most beautiful place I've ever been to. It's the most beautiful vacation I've ever been on. I've been there twice now. But in terms of different countries, Ireland, Scotland, well, heck, just take me over to the Rocky Mountains in the U.S. Just take me over there. I want to see that. My wife grew up in Utah. And so she was born in Bama, grew up in Utah, moved to Kentucky. And so has family in Florida, everywhere. She grew up with that. I've seen the pictures. Gorgeous. I would love to go visit the Rockies. Yeah, man, I'm just in awe by what Hawaii was, man. Somebody said, just got back from Hawaii. Patrick, that's amazing. I hope you had an awesome time. Just got back from Hawaii. It's freaking amazing, especially the food. Yeah, the food. The acai bowls. Oh, my God. I was looking forward to the shave ice. The acai bowls may have taken it for me. It's just spectacular. I could have eaten 5 every day. It was unbelievable. The sushi. Oh, the breakfast. Those banana pancakes. I mean, just the pho. Have you guys ever had pho? It's phenomenal. The best ramen-ish dish I've ever had in my life. I mean, wow. There was an acai spot on Waikiki. It was in Honolulu, but it was about 5 miles away from Waikiki on one of the other beaches. It was just the craziest thing I've ever had in my life. It was unbelievable, dude. Holy cow. If you guys ever get to go to Hawaii, of course, my wife planned it to the minute. We did cruises. We did events. We did snorkeling. We did, so many hikes. The Islanders hiking and, pregnant women walking past my wife and I just being not a drip of sweat. Not a drip. I mean, the coolest people I've ever met in my life, the most welcoming and amazing people I've ever met in my life. But oh my God, just the way that they were hiking, the way that we were hiking. And I consider myself to be pretty in shape now, not a couple months ago when I was sick. Now, pretty in shape. No, they're rocking and rolling. It was incredible. It was just incredible to watch. Too much Hawaii talk. I'm sorry. There's a, no. Will you review anime, Austin? Well, it just depends. I review a lot of Netflix stuff, a lot of streaming stuff. It just depends on what it is. I'm a big anime guy. Attack on Titan's one of my all-time favorites. One Punch Man new season. Now, I would review that. If I get enough people wanting me to review One Punch Man, I will review that because that's one of my all-time favorites. So looking forward to that. What did you think of Cord Jefferson's speech at the Oscars? Honestly, I've only seen bits and pieces, so I missed most of the speeches. Some of them I wanted to watch. Like, I think I watched Robert Downey's, and I watched somebody else's. But I have fun during the Oscars. But the Oscars is work for me. Because, and I'll give you my secret as to how I do it. I record, I immediately edit, I put on my timeline, I splice it together, I put my stupid clips, I put my captions, all those things as I'm going. So all 3 hours of the Oscars, I'm editing. And because I want to get my video out as soon as possible for you all. First of all, I want to get sleep. If I don't do that while it's happening, I won't get sleep. Second of all, I want to get my video out really quick. And so I miss a lot. I miss speeches. I miss funny. I didn't get any of the Jimmy Kimmel stuff. After his opening, I missed all of it because it was always on mute and I'm sitting here on my computer like. So yeah, I got bits and pieces. Really good what I saw. Really, really good what I saw on Twitter. But I didn't get to see the whole thing because I'm a psycho and I like to get it done. So by the time the ceremony's over, I only have probably 20 more minutes of editing. It's just, I like the way I do it, but it does mean that I'll never actually get to sit and enjoy the Oscars. It's work for me. Let's see here. What do you think of John Cena at the Oscars? It was pretty funny. My wife's, I just don't want her to see. I don't want her to see that. I don't want her to get her hopes up. Like that's what I should have been, and I'm not. So that's my mentality on it. I wish they choose someone other than Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah, let's do somebody else next time. Again, I didn't see any of his jokes, so so I don't have good or bad about Jimmy Kimmel. It's just like let's just do somebody else. He's fine. He's all right. Thoughts on Jake Gyllenhaal being cast for Beef Season 2 with Anne Hathaway? I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think it's amazing. I think it's phenomenal casting. Yes, yes, yes. I love it. I can't wait for the next season of Beef. Nick, got a super chat here from Nick. Nick, thanks for being here. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for being awesome. If you were about to direct your first film or short film, what genre would it be? What genre? Well, I have an idea for a movie. I don't want anybody to take it, so I'm not going to say the title. It's a sci-fi film, but that's not what I'm going to choose here. I would choose like a psychological thriller. I've always been really entrenched, or just, it doesn't even have to be a psychological thriller, but a mystery type thriller, something that feels like a Seven, something that feels like a Prisoners, something that feels like that, to where the tension will have you grabbing, and I know you can't see me, will have you just grabbing and clenching onto your chair, you know, to where you're looking forward to what's happening next, but you may not want to look at it. You know what I mean? And that's what I feel when I watch a movie like Seven or Zodiac or Mindhunter. Can we just throw David Fincher's name into a hat, shake it up, and figure out, because it feels like that's what he's best at. But you know, I look at that genre, and that's the one that always appeals the most to me, is something in the thriller genre. Not quite horror, not quite drama. You can do a dramatic thriller. You could do a horror thriller, but thriller, psychological thriller, mystery thriller, something along those lines. I always go back to Prisoners as just like, if I were to ever direct a movie and somehow make it close to that level, and it wouldn't ever be, and I am not that good, I would never be that good, then that's what I would do. And so that's the genre of choice for me, Nick. I think that would be amazing. But if you guys ever make a movie, what genre would you like to tackle? I think that's a really fun thing to think about. Frankie said Martin Scorsese, or I always say Scorsese, and then sometimes I say Scorsese, and then sometimes I say, yo, Scorsese. I don't ever say that. I just made that up. Or Tarantino. Who's best? Ooh, I gotta go Marty here. I love Quentin. I love Tarantino. Django Unchained is one of my all-time favorites. Inglourious Bastards is really one of my all-time favorites. I love me some Pulp Fiction. I love me some. There's a whole list of Tarantino movies that I'm enamored by. But there's only one Goodfellas. There's only one Goodfellas. I am obsessed with The Departed. The Departed, one of my all-time favorite movies. I love it, not just because Mark Wahlberg's in it, but because I love it. And Wolf of Wall Street. I mean, those three are just... And then you start getting into the Casinos of the world. And yeah, sure, I think Mean Streets is really overrated, all right? But yeah, I'm a big Marty guy. So I'm going to go Marty over Tarantino. But both spectacular. How good was that Furiosa trailer in IMAX? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It was phenomenal. It was absolutely phenomenal. And that's a movie right now, man. It's as high up as you could possibly be on my anticipated list. Very, very high. It's a phenomenal looking film. I'm still kind of like questioning just a little bit if it's too CGI compared to the other Mad Max movie, but I'm not looking down on it. I'm just kind of like, did they go overboard with it, if that makes sense? Regardless, I'm still pumped. I'm still looking forward to it. And apologies, guys. I'm getting a phone call. Who is calling my phone right now? It is my father. I'll tell my father to call me back. Hey, we got 64 people right now, 65. We only got 50-something likes. If you guys are here and you have been here, I would love to hit that 75 like threshold, baby. Hit that threshold. Hit it real hard. I appreciate you for being here regardless, man. As we wind down on the day, I can't believe it's been an hour. How has it been an hour? I've gotten so many good questions. It makes no sense. How would you rank the last 5 best actor winners? I'm not going to do that right now, Aaron, because I am working on, like I said at the beginning of the video, some fun videos. I will spoil one may have to do with this. I will spoil another may have to do with my last 15 best picture winners. I may be ranking those. So some really fun things. Austin, you should do random subscriber submissions, literally anything. Review this fan casting, review my cat, review this guy's lasagna, etc. It'd be great. Get to it. That's a fun idea. I think that'd be hilarious. Not maybe not these types of videos, but like a Patreon style video. I think that would be super fun. Really funny. I like that. I like that a lot. Have you watched the awful sitcom horror movie Crazy House with Nick Frost? I have not. At the end, me and one other person were watching. No, I have not seen that. I like Nick Frost, but if it's that awful, I don't think I want to see it. But hey, maybe one of these days. The Disney nerd said Austin Burke should host the Oscars. Disney nerd, you're too kind. Speaking of Disney nerd, let's get to the last super chat that I have. And barring any more, guys, we'll answer a couple more questions after this. And then we'll call it a night because we've already hit that hour mark. Keep Watch Burn. Oh, my God. The Disney nerd. Water infused with passion fruit, orange, and guava essences. Water infused with passion fruit and orange guava essences. Have you ever had this hint water flavor? It's really good. Seems like a lot. The guava reminds me of Hawaii. So I'm stalling right now. I don't want to answer this. This question's too good. It's too hard. That's what she said. I'm going to go. This is impossible. All right. No, I don't want to burn the Iron Claw. I love the Iron Claw. Okay, it's super recent. I've only seen it twice. Because it's super recent, because I've only seen it twice, I'm going to burn the Iron Claw. I'm going to watch Rocky. I'm going to keep Warrior. I can't throw Rocky out. I can't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I can't do it. I love the Iron Claw so much. And maybe, if I keep watching it and I keep loving it, it's a hard movie to watch. But if I keep watching it, it will get to that Rocky status because, I never thought anything would get to Rocky status. And then I saw Warrior and then I saw Creed. But yeah, man, it's tough. I'm gonna keep Warrior. That's an all-timer for me. It's a high all-timer. It is a monumental movie in my life. Watching it, and sure, it's a little predictable. I get that, but it's the direction, it's the thrilling aspects of it, it's the way that it builds and builds and builds, and you know what's coming. If you saw the trailers, you knew what was coming, and then you still get that payoff. And every time I watch the ending of Warrior, I get a tear in my eye because it's like, how could they do something that obvious, and everyone knows it's coming, but still deliver an emotional impact like that? How do you do that? Oh, plus Joel Edgerton and Tom Hardy, brother. And Nick Nolte, one of the best performances I've ever seen, supporting actor performances. Man, I got just an awesome question, Disney nerd. This may be the super chat of the day so far. If anyone can top it, great super chat. I love it so much. Hot take: Rocky sucks. Well, you just shot down my enthusiasm, Kristen. That's fine. Not everyone's a Rocky fan. I mean, it would probably mean even more to me if I did watch it when it came out in theaters, but I was just, I wasn't even an afterthought yet. I just didn't exist. Straight up. My parents existed. They were young. When did Rocky come out? What year? How old was my dad at the time? My dad's a big Rocky guy. So when we watched Creed together for the first time, it's almost like I got to experience what it was like watching Rocky, except I was with my dad and he was with his dad. I mean, it was just a really cool. You get movies like that sometimes. Creed was one of those with my dad. Warrior was one of those with my dad. We didn't watch Warrior in a theater, but we watched it on VOD together. And I had always told him it was a movie that I thought he would just absolutely love, and I knew he would love it. He's a dad, so he's a big dad movie guy, which I'm slowly turning into. So that was just the ultimate, like, holy crap, gut punch. Watched it with my dad. Such a cool experience. Those are memories that last forever, man. Getting to see those types of movies with your parents or your friends or your loved ones, memories that you cherish. I've got those movies with my wife that we watched for the first time together. Maybe two all-timers for me with my wife. Stardust. Matthew Vaughn's Stardust. A film that I didn't know very much about. She was a huge fan of. So normally I'm watching movies with her and I'm watching for her reaction. She was watching this with me. I was watching for the first time. She was watching for my reaction. and it was a really cool experience. We were having just the best time together watching that film. The other one is Begin Again. Now, both of these circumstances are movies that my wife introduced to me. I was the world's biggest Sing Street fan, just the biggest, and I had never seen Begin Again. And my wife said, hey, you've got to watch this other movie that he directed called Begin Again. And it was one of the coolest experiences ever because she had recommended what is now, I think, a fantastic film. Not one of my favorites of all time, but a really fantastic movie. And sure enough, John Carney is now one of my favorite directors. So even though I was a little underwhelmed with this film last year, Flora and Son, regardless, big fan of those types of memories, watching movies with your loved ones, your family, your friends. It's just the coolest thing, man. Sorry, I went out on a little ramble just from hot take Rocky sucks. Austin, Mary, Kiss, Kill, Emma Stone, Jessica Alba, Zendaya. Well, I can't kill anyone because that's a little too brutal. How about lock her out of my house? We'll lock. Man, gosh, man, I had such a crush on Jessica Alba growing up. But I feel like Emma Stone and Zendaya are more in my age range now, so I'm going to lock Jessica Alba out, and I'm going to go Kiss, Zendaya, and Mary. Somebody said you have a wife. Yeah, I know, but she would do the same thing. We got a cool relationship. I can answer these types of questions, whereas some people may not have cool relationships. I need to get her on here one of these days and let her give you her actor that she's got a big old crush on, you know. And if she left me for him, I'd get it, dude. I'd completely get it. But yeah, I would marry Emma Stone because she just seems cool, just really cool, you know. I mean, this isn't an alternate universe because obviously I'm married, but I would probably say Zendaya, Kiss, marry Emma Stone, and but none of them, honey, sweetheart, if you're watching, none of them could match your level of splendor and happiness and hotness and motherness. You're the best mom, sweetie. Is she gone? All right, cool. Emma Stone. Woohoo! Timothy Chalamet is the Madison Celebrity Boo. No, she is. No, it's definitely not Timothy Chalamet, for sure. The correct answer is Madison. You failed, Austin. Nah, bro. That's an alternate universe question. I'm married to her in this universe. In an alternate universe, the correct answer is Emma Stone, for sure. Teen Titans movie. Yes, James. Teen Titans movie. I can't wait. Somebody on Twitter said it's going to make $1 billion. It's not going to make $1 billion. It's a little crazy because this is like a very generation type thing. But my generation, we grew up with the TV show, grew up as a big fan of the Teen Titans. I am there day one. I am there 2 weeks early. Hopefully that's when my screening's going to be. Let's go. Can't wait. Do you think Nosferatu can be an Oscar contender? I don't. Because the Oscars don't normally go for movies like that. Look at something like The Lighthouse. It just doesn't feel like it's going to be an Oscar contender. Now, for Best Picture. Now, if we're talking production design or cinematography or something like that, technicals, yes, for sure. But for Best Picture, actor, supporting actor, all those things, I don't think so. But hey, surprise me. I would be in love with the Oscars if, first of all, the movie was that good. And second of all, if the Oscars said, hey, we're going to make this a Best Picture contender, that's when you know they've changed. It would be amazing. Dune Part 2 or Oppenheimer? You will, Trevor, if you have a letterbox, you will see the answer to that question very soon because I'm going to put Dune Part 2 on my favorites list. You could probably figure out the answer to that question, but I will put Dune Part 2 on my favorites list. So go over to my letterboxd, follow me, make sure you're following me because it's going to happen within like the next couple days. And once we get to 200, we're going to start working on some favorite movies of all time videos. And I can't wait. I'm very excited. So stay tuned for that for sure. Teen Titans or Batman the Animated Series? nostalgia-wise, probably Teen Titans. I'm still going to give the edge to Batman the Animated Series for quality. I think it's one of the all-time GOATs. Like, it's an animated GOAT. It's just fantastic. But Teen Titans holds a special place in my heart. I love that show so much. And, the Terra Beast Boy storyline is still one that just shaped my childhood, man. Oh my God. Do you ever get those waves of nostalgia and you just think of the shows that you watched growing up? You know what show I just thought of? Code Lyoko. Did you ever watch that? Anybody ever watch Code Lyoko? It's just like I was thinking about Teen Titans, and then when Teen Titans would go off, Code Lyoko was always the next show that would come on. And my brain just like said, oh, Austin, remember this? Boom, nostalgia bomb. Code Lyoko. Oh my God. Just a wave of nostalgia. Who else grew up in the early 2000s? Does anybody share that with me? Code Lyoko. Oh my God. Just a wave. Just a wave. Yeah, G. Colby P. Look it up. Look it up. This is early 2000s kids, late 90s, early 2000s kids. If you watch Cartoon Network, you know what Code Lyoko is. Is that even the name? Now it's one of those like Mandela effects. Now it's like a Mandela effect. Code, am I making this up? Am I crazy? Code Lyoko. Is it Code Lyoko? Code Lyoko. You guys got to correct me. Yes! Oh my God. Nostalgia bomb. 2003 to 2007. That is crazy. That is correct. Hey, Carlos. Carlos, follow me on Letterboxd. Look at that, baby. We got some Letterboxd followers from the YouTube live stream. Who watched Code Lyoko? Come on, guys. Looks like some Toonami shit. Was it on Toonami? Maybe it was. I can't remember. I just know sometimes it would come on after Teen Titans. Oh, my goodness gracious. I'm going to have to go watch Code Lyoko. Woo! Let's see. Going to Venice and let critics prop it up. Which movie are we talking about? Is it Nosferatu? Is that the one? Which movie are we talking about here specifically going to Venice? Because I've seen the Venice list, and I don't know if that's one. You guys let me know. Why would Focus Features release Nosferatu on Christmas instead of Halloween? Unless they're doing a... Oh, so that's what you're saying. Unless they're going to Venice and letting... Okay, well, that's... Yeah. And look, the Christmas date's big. Nicholas, the Christmas date is very big for the Oscars. I'm just... Genre movies, they're hard. They're really hard to get behind for the Oscars. And so, because it doesn't happen all that often. I mean, even Dune's a more rare example. But horror movies, less so. So Get Out was really just kind of a one of a kind, kind of a one-off for the horror genre. Because we thought every year after that, we thought they'd get it. We get like a Hereditary, and we get a this and a that. And no, it never happens. It's just Get Out. So maybe this is the year. And G. Colby P says, excited for X-Men 97 this week. I am very excited. Pumped for X-Men 97. So we'll see. Nervous. Hopefully they don't ruin the nostalgia factor, but hopefully they elevate that and bring a really cool news show to the fold. Listen, guys, I think that was it. I think that was the last super chat. Let's see. We got 9 super chats today. I want to say thank you to Stumbo's Media Outlet, Josh. That was the name of the time. The Disney nerd, Rocky McFly. I'm back from the dead. Austin Berkeley, Nick Mills, and the Disney nerd again. Thank you guys so much for being awesome. Asking the best questions, asking relevant questions, but also things that aren't as relevant. Having some fun with me, man. It's been an amazing day, an awesome weekend so far. Here's the things I'm working on this week. So if you guys, notifications on, likes, all that stuff, you guys have done all that. So here's some things to look forward to. Working on my last 15 Best Picture nominees ranked video, or Best Picture winners, ranked video. That's a video I'm working on. I've got my list. I'm trying to figure out which... There's one movie I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to rank it exactly. May have to do a little rewatch there. And then I'm doing my way too early Oscar predictions. Those are the two biggies this week. And of course, all the things dropping. We've got Ghostbusters is the biggie. So Ghostbusters review probably Thursday, Friday at this point. And then a couple of Netflix shows and a couple of really fun really fun things down the pipeline, man. But the Oscar videos, listen, the Oscars are over, but we're not done, baby. Okay? Oscars over, we're not done. We're going to keep that going. 123 Rock fan. Love seeing your name on the channel, 123 Rock fan. OG here. Thank you so much for the super chat. Like I said, if we keep getting super chats, we're going to keep this baby going. Should the Academy introduce a best voiceover, so voice acting performance? Woo! So voice performance as a category. You know, I've always said, now we know they're doing casting. They've already announced that. They're doing a casting category. They have to. I mean, look, they did the little stunt thing. That was fine. They've got to give us a stunt category. We've got to get a stunt category. We have to. I mean, it's only right. I mean, it's going to stink because we've had all these movies that didn't get the John Wicks of the world, Mission Impossibles of the world. They would have dominated those categories. But yeah, we've got to get stunts one of these days. Voice. This one's a little difficult because where do you draw the line? Is it solely animated characters? Or do we do 3D animated characters? Or do we do 3D animated characters in a live action movie? Or do we do motion capture along with voice work? So it's like, great example, Andy Serkis as Caesar. Would he have been nominated? Now, he just did grunts, but I'm just telling you, okay, Andy Serkis is Smeagol. Would he have been nominated for this category if we're doing voiceover performance? Because he did the motion capture along with the voiceover performance. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know where you draw the line. If they can figure out where to draw the line there and say, yes, Andy Serkis would have gotten a nomination, or anything that isn't humans on screen. But even then, I completely understand where you're coming from. But even then, it's like, I think of the Alvin and the Chipmunks movies. Though that's not motion capture. That's just a guy voicing a chipmunk. And so that should count. But then you got humans on screen there. So it's like, would it count under those rules? That's a tough one to parse. That's a really tough one to parse. I don't know. But I think it would be fun. I think it would be a really fun category if they could nail that down. Because just think of last year, some of the vocal performances, Haley Steinfeld in Spider-Verse was great. Oscar Isaac in Spider-Verse was great. You had some standout performances in Nimona, in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The performances in Boy and the Heron would have been crazy. I would have thrown in a couple from Suzume. Man, that's tough. Damon said, just make multiple categories. Yeah, that's what they'd have to do at a point. But if they could figure out how to parse that, I think it would be really fun. Yeah, Robert Pattinson is the Heron, bro. So I didn't watch the English version of Boy and the Heron. I watched the original subtitled version. So I didn't get Robert Pattinson's performance, but I can just imagine that he was spectacular. Just seeing Pattinson in the trailer as the Heron was phenomenal. He was just absolutely phenomenal. So I could only imagine how good he was. And we got another super chat from Nick. Nick, thanks for being here, my friend. Once again, super chat number 2 on the day for you. Do you think we should watch Deadpool and Wolverine with caution, as we don't know much about the story? Lots of cameos, yes, but will it be too much? It's tough, Nick. It's tough because even a movie that I love in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I love that movie. I love it. I'm not backtracking. I'm not backing down. I'm not saying, it was overrated at the time. I love that film. I am more than willing to admit that was nostalgia bait. More than willing to admit. I don't want this to be nostalgia bait. I don't want this to be a showcase of Fox characters. Here's Ben Affleck's Daredevil, and here's Elektra, and here's the original Fantastic Four. I don't want it to be that. If they can organically be involved with the story, kind of like No Way Home, that was pretty organic. So it wasn't pure nostalgia bait. I'm talking more along the lines of, Andrew Garfield jumps on screen and there's a pause for people to cheer. That's kind of nostalgia bait. That's kind of like, we want the audience to clap. Let's give them a chance. Okay. So if we get that in Deadpool, I'm going to be a little upset. But if they can fluidly and organically weave them in and they can become a part of the story to where it makes sense, then yes, that would be fine. But I don't know if it's going to be that, because we've seen Disney kind of go overboard with this. Just Doctor Strange, that was a good example of kind of going overboard with things that fans want to see, but it doesn't make a ton of sense in them. And I liked Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, but there are some things in there I'm scratching my head like, why is this happening this way? Why are you doing this? And then why are you killing them off super quick? I'm like, okay. But I hope it's not that. I want it to be organic. I want it to make sense. And I want this movie to be handled with care. And so if they can handle it with care, and I think Sean Levy, and I think Ryan Reynolds wouldn't do this if it wasn't handled with care. And that's what gives me hope. That's what allows me to have a little optimism that this is going to be more than just nostalgia bait. This is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine, something we've been wanting to see on screen for years and years and years. It's going to be full force, full frontal, maybe not that, but full force, as good as we've always wanted to see it. And so that's my hope. But I am going to go in a little hesitant. I would be cautious with it being too much and too reliant on cameos. But just know that there will be cameos and there will be things and Easter eggs in there to make fans go crazy. It just depends on how they write the story and how organically they can mesh those things together. So looking forward to it, Nick. I'm pumped for the movie, but we'll have to see how they handle it. And I believe, Nick, you are the last super chat of the day. An amazing question. So many amazing questions. Great ways to end it off. Look, guys, if I didn't get to your question today, and we've got some phenomenal questions even now coming through in the chat, save them, come back. We're going to do another one of these soon. I promise I won't wait as long this next time. My wife gave me some time to do this. I want to say thanks to her for taking care of our daughter tonight. She's amazing. You would win any day of the week against Emma Stone, honey. She actually kind of favors Emma Stone. Maybe that's why I, picked her in the first place. I'm like, yeah, there you go. I hope she's watching just so I can make fun of her. I love you, honey. You're the best. Thank you, guys. You're amazing. Thanks for being here with me, pushing through the allergies. I didn't cough and sneeze as much as I thought I would today. I thought I would sneeze and cough a lot more. We got through it. That's all that matters. I want to say shout out to my daughter, Riley, for being the best and the most cutest. Look at it. Just look at it. Just look at it. Just look. I can't. I can't. It's the most amazing. That is a human. That's a human. That is literally, she's literally a little human. She came from my loins. I'm 90% sure she came from my loins. Could have been anyone's. Pretty sure it was mine. Last minute super chat from Shape of Soup. Shape of Soup. Come on now. Thank you for doing that. You're the best. Shape of Soup said, you made that. I made that. What dad film are you showing her first? I don't know. I might go super nostalgic Disney on her. Do a little bit of like what would be good for a little girl? Like a Little Mermaid or like I would go Lion King, but I don't know if that's there's some scary stuff in Lion King. Man, I don't know. That's tough. Disney stuff. Pixar. I could go Pixar with Inside Out's cute. Toy Story. Finding Nemo might be a good one. That might be a good one. That might scare her though, because you got the big fish. Oh, I'm gonna have to think about this. Mulan's a good one. That's a good one. Yeah, I feel like Little Mermaid's just kind of the best one. You know what I mean? Like a little girl, she's gonna see that and she's gonna, how far they walk, how far they run. It's gonna be great. And then I'll show her the live action one. I'll be like, look, baby, here's nostalgia and here's what Disney's doing now. I actually kind of like the new one. Man, I don't know. I'm so excited. But yeah, super chat in the Shape of Soup Battle Royale. Battle Royale. Deadpool versus Venomized Groot versus Stephen King's Carrie. Oh my God. Well, Carrie, look, you're scary. You can do some freaky things, contort your body, all those things. I don't know if you're taking on Venomized Groot. I don't know if you're taking on Deadpool. Venomized Groot is pretty powerful. Like, I want to say Deadpool wins, but Venomized Groot's pretty powerful. But at the end of the day, like, how do you kill Deadpool? He's tried multiple times. You watch the movies. He's tried to off himself 3 or 4 times. Can't do it. No way. You got to cut off his head. You got to do it strategically. And then even then, he could come back to life. So I'm going to say Deadpool wins that battle. And then if Deadpool finds a way to become Venomized himself, Groot's pretty strong though, man. Groot's pretty strong. I almost got a Venomized Groot pop figure one day. Almost got it. It was really cool. Man, I want to show you my new pop figures. We'll do it in the next live stream. I got some cool ones. I got an X-Men 97 one, and then I got a House of the Dragon pop figure, and then I got a Goodfellas pop figure. I think I said pretty cool ones. And I hadn't bought a pop figure in like 4 months, man. I snapped. When you go that long without buying pop figures, you snap. And Daddy snapped. Yeah. Sissy SpaceX Carrie or Chloe Moretz's Carrie. Oh, Sissy SpaceX Carrie. Go 100%. 100%. 1,000%. When's your next live? We're going to try to do next weekend. Depends on what's going on, what's happening. But I think next weekend is going to be the time and the place to do it. And we're going to do it. It's going to be awesome. Thank you guys so much for being yeah. Good fellas pop figures, Nick. I know. Nick, look at me. Go to Target. Nick, go to Target. They got all 3 of them at Target, man. I was so excited when I saw it. They had them. They got 3 of them. I don't know if that's all 3. There's the three Goodfellas though. So I'm not gonna tell you which one I got though. I'm gonna keep it a surprise. Keep it a secret for next time. Yeah, we're gonna try to go next weekend. If you guys don't have notifications turned on, that's the best way to know. So if you got those notifications turned on, both on the YouTubes and on the phone, that's the best way to know I go live. Let's see what we ended at with likes today. Did we get to 75? Oh boy. What are we at? 677. We're at 66. 66 lives, baby. We gotta go get that up to 70. Get them likes up to 70, y'all. Hey, thank you for being here. Is it 80? Do we have 80 likes? Are we at 80? Is my thing behind here? Are we behind? Oh, no, we're not. Somebody just said get it up to 80 likes. Somebody said, Shape of Soup said, I disliked, of course. That's okay. Hey, I appreciate it. You're still here, baby. Still asking good questions, Shape of Soup. 69, nothing more, nothing less. Damon gets it. Damon understands it. You guys are amazing. Thanks so much for watching. I'm going to go figure out this 15 best picture winner list because it's a doozy. Maybe have it out by tomorrow. Keep notifications on. If not, Tuesday for sure, or Monday for sure. But I'm going to try to have this video out by tomorrow. Or I'll just say, hey, let's do the early best picture or the early Oscar predictions video. One of those 2 things are going to be out tomorrow. Appreciate you guys for watching. I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. Play music. Music plays me out. Wave the crowd. And we just say turn it up. We're going to turn it up. Let's see what's feeding the ducks sound like. Oh, yeah. I like that one. Do you like this one more or the other one? I kind of like this. This one's pretty good. I don't know which one next time. I don't know. I like this one though. We should have done this. I like this one. We're gonna do this one next time. That's pretty good. like it. I like it. We're gonna do this one. Yeah. I like this one. We're doing this one next time. Yeah, buddy. We're gonna get woo! Pretty good. DJ Dexter McSqueezy. You know the name. You know. Dexter McSqueezy. Don't you love it? Isn't this a vibe? Where'd it go? Where'd the music go? Here it is. That's real nice. Real nice. Yeah. No one can stop me! Give me a second. Hang on. Hang on. Who wants to watch Naiad? Who wants to watch Naiad with me? Who wants to see Naiad? Who wants to go see Naiad with me? We'll go watch it together. Me, you, and Naiad. We're gonna have a Naiad kind of day today. Real good. real good day. Look at that. Look at this. Look, I got Naiad. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to see Naiad. No. No one. Not a soul.